Welcome, everybody. Thanks so much for being here this morning or afternoon or evening, depending on where you are across this country or world. We'll go ahead and settle into our yoga practice. You can find yourself in a comfortable seat. You're welcome to perch up upon a cushion. You can sit cross-legged directly on your mat, or even find a position laying down that's more comfortable for you. We will start our practice with a few moments of quiet, settling in, allowing our body, mind, and spirit to come online, maybe even to midline, finding that grounded, neutral space. Taking a few inhales, few exhales, letting go of your morning or day, letting go of any anticipation, expectation, or worry about the day ahead. Maybe there's a little bit of heart fluttering or butterflies in the belly about this upcoming semester. And we can use this time on our mat to help bring that into a quiet space. Acknowledge its presence, become aware of the fluttering, the excitement, the concern, the joy. And then allow our awareness to find the midline. One of the easiest access points to midline is following the breath. Notice where the breath comes in through the mouth or nose. Following the breath, come down through the back of the throat, entering the lungs. Feeling not only the lungs expand in all directions, but continuing that sense of midline down into the low belly. Feel the belly extend out in all directions with that long inhale. And continuing to follow the breath on the exhale. Belly button comes in towards the spine. Imagine that breath gently leaving the body, diaphragm retreating, lungs softening, breath exiting. And we'll spend these next few breath cycles continuing that midline awareness, following each inhale and each exhale. Oftentimes, we can feel like we're on a unicycle balancing plates on sticks above our head when we're in a graduate program and maybe working and maybe having a family to care for. And sometimes that sensation of juggling can become overwhelming. And remembering this midline, remembering our practice of grounding, letting ourselves come into this space of balance, neutral, present moment awareness, and help quiet that noise above the head, quiet the constant adjusting under our feet, and give us a moment to settle in. Find the earth, find the breath, find the steadiness in the heartbeat. And our yoga practice gives us the opportunity to continually come back into this space through positions of the body, as we begin along this midline by rocking to the fronts of the sits bones, lifting heart center towards the sky, shoulder blades towards one another. Accentuate the front of the midline. And on the exhale, we'll extend the back of the midline. Belly button comes in towards the spine, chin towards chest. On the inhale, we rock forward, lifting the heart. On the exhale, we rock back, opening the back of the heart, creating space between the vertebrae, tucking the chin. Inhale, we'll rock forward, lift the heart. Exhale, belly button in towards spine. We'll allow our arms to come in. As we inhale, we'll extend our arms out at a T, palms turn towards the sky. And on the exhale, backs of the hands come together, belly button in towards spine, tuck the chin. Inhale, arms extend, palms open, lift heart center. Exhale, backs of the hands come together, belly button towards spine, tuck the chin. We'll do one more here. Inhale, open and lift. Exhale, belly button in, and backs of the hands come together. And our inhale, bring hands to heart center. Sit up tall, lift through the center of the head. Nice strong belly, long spine. On the exhale, we'll bring right ear towards right shoulder. Drop that left shoulder down, create space between shoulder and ear. And slowly back to center. Again, find that length, lift through the center of the head, left ear towards left shoulder. Drop the right shoulder, press the palms towards one another, create lots of space between the shoulder and the ear. And slowly come back to center. Go ahead and slide off of our cushion if we are seated up on one. We're going to bring our legs out towards the corners of the mat, toes reaching towards the sky. Nice wide angle. Get right up on top of those sits bones. Hands can rest in front of us. You can press those palms into the earth, strong belly, long spine. We'll find our breath here, slowly allowing those inner thighs to open, breathing into the hamstrings. Again, we keep our toes up nice and high, reach out through the heels. Those inner thighs feel open enough for a little bit of a forward fold. You can slowly walk your hands out in front. Again, listen to what your body needs this morning. Maybe a few more minutes simply in the upright posture is more welcoming than the forward fold. You're welcome to walk your hands out a little bit further, coming a little bit deeper into the forward fold, keeping the gaze out over the fingertips, lengthening through the spine. We'll take one more breath here. And on the exhale, let go of head, neck, and shoulders. Lower the body towards the earth. Gaze comes to the floor. Being mindful of the inner knee and under the knee. Allow the knees to bend if that's more comfortable for the body. We'll take one more breath here. And with our next inhale, slowly press up, coming back to center. Nice and long and strong through the spine. We're going to use our belly to twist to the right. So try to use that belly first, twist as far as we can go, and then just place the hands for the anchor rather than using the hands to torque ourselves into this position, really activating through the belly. Gaze is out over those right toes. Sitting up nice and tall, keep the left toes towards the sky. Almost as if you're wringing out a towel, wringing out that core. We'll take a breath here and slowly start to walk the hands towards that right foot. We want to keep the left sits bone grounded into the earth. Gaze can come to the knee and we'll breathe here. Opening through the ribs, through the side body. We'll take one more breath. And with our next inhale, slowly coming back to center. Sitting up tall at midline, long deep breath here. On the exhale, we're going to twist to the left. Again, use that core to twist and then place the hands for the anchor. Sitting up nice and tall, gaze over those left toes. Keep that belly nice and strong. From here, we'll slowly walk the hands towards that left foot. Gaze is welcome to come down towards the knee. Keep the right sits bone grounded into the earth. We'll breathe here. And with our next inhale, slowly coming back to center. And exhale at midline. Sitting up nice and tall, we're going to come back into that forward fold. Hands walk out in front. Maybe finding that you can come just a little bit deeper here, gaze coming towards the earth. And with our next inhale, slowly coming back to center. We'll place our hands underneath the knees, bring the toes together. Heels come in nice and close towards the sits bones. We'll get right up on top of those sits bones. Interlace fingers around the toes. Long, deep breath here. Open through heart center. Let the knees drop down towards the earth. And on our exhale, we'll begin to fold forward. Walk the hands out in front. Gaze comes to the toes. We'll take a breath here. And with our next inhale, slowly coming back to center. And we're going to take a moment to turn onto hands and knees. Bring those palms directly below the shoulders. Knees come directly below the hips. Nice strong belly here. Peel the belly up and away from the earth. We're going to curl our toes under and lift our knees just about an inch off the ground. Feel the activation of the core. That's the strong belly that we're looking for here. And then slowly let those knees come back down towards the earth. Keep the belly nice and strong in towards midline. Gaze is down in between the hands. Feel this active tabletop. Press those hands down into the earth. Roll the tailbone out behind us. And from here, we're going to move right into downward dog. Lifting the hips, shifting the weight back towards the heels. You're welcome to keep those knees bent here. We'll just spend one breath up in our downward dog. And on the exhale, coming back into tabletop. Find that strong belly. One breath here. And then we'll shift into child's pose. Sits bones come to the heels. Fingertips reach out in front. And inhale back to tabletop. Strong belly, long spine. Curl toes under, downward dog. Shift the weight back to the heels. Inhale, come into tabletop. And exhale, child's pose. Breath here. Inhale back into tabletop. Strong belly, long spine. Curl the toes under, downward dog. One breath here. Find tabletop on the inhale. Child's pose on the exhale. From here, roll out the wrists, wiggle the fingers. And with our next inhale, we'll come back into tabletop. Feel the warmth in the body, building a little bit of fire. Pressing the palms down into the earth, peel the belly up and away. We're going to shift the weight onto that left knee. Right leg's going to extend out behind us. Reach through that right heel. Long breath here. Feel the glutes activate. That right leg's nice and long and strong. On the exhale, we're gonna bring the right knee around the side of the body, reaching for the right elbow. So knee bends, comes out to the side, activate that side body, and then extend out behind. Exhale, come in. Inhale, extend, reach through the heel. Exhale in and extend. Last one. And extend out. Reach through that right heel. Left arm comes out in front. Find bird dog. One more long breath. And back into tabletop. We'll shift into child's pose. Find your breath. Roll out the wrists. Wiggle the fingers. And inhale back into tabletop. Find that nice strong belly, long spine. Shift the weight onto that right knee. Left leg extends out behind. Reach through that left heel. Again, the leg is long and strong. Active through the quads, reaching through the heel. Strong belly, long spine. On the exhale, left knee comes around the side of the body towards left elbow. Engage that side body and extend behind. Exhale, we come in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. And extend. Last time here, knee to elbow. And extend out behind. Right arm reaches out in front. Find bird dog, find your breath. And slowly release back to all fours. We're gonna bring our knees nice and wide on this child's pose, and then sits bones come back. Fingertips reach out in front, forehead to the floor. Breathing into the hips. Long inhale, long exhale here. And we'll slowly make our way back up to all fours. Spending a moment here in tabletop, find that strong belly, long spine. We're gonna curl our toes under, lift sits bones to the sky, make our way back into our downward dog. Heels make their way towards the earth, but they definitely don't have to touch. Sits bones roll towards the sky. You're welcome to bend those knees to protect that back as well. With our next inhale, we're gonna kick our right foot up towards the heavens. Imagine you're trying to put your big toe on the ceiling. And then slowly bring that right foot all the way up in between the hands. We're gonna stay down for a low lunge. Find your breath. And from here, we'll release the left knee, release the left toes, and then shift our hips back towards that left ankle. We've got options here. We can stay up nice and tall, letting the right toes come off the earth, or we can sit back on that left heel, and then the right toes come all the way towards the sky. From here, we can take a forward fold. So find the variation that feels most right on your body this morning. We'll take a deep breath. And slowly inhale, we'll shift forward, hands come back on either side of that right foot. Curl the left toes under. We're gonna lift through the back of the left knee. We're back in our low lunge. We're gonna walk this right foot over to the left side of the body and then drop the knee towards the earth. We're making our way into pigeon. Release the left knee, release the left toes. You're welcome to grab for a bolster or a pillow to place under that right hip if that feels most right for you. And we'll breathe here in our pigeon, gazes out in front. You're welcome to stay right here. This might feel really lovely. This might be enough. Or you can come down, walking the hands out towards the top of the mat, maybe coming to elbows. Or if it's comfortable, you can bring your forehead towards the earth. Again, if at any point you feel like you've gone a little too far, just gently back off. And find our breath here. Long inhales, long exhales, opening that right hip, releasing the front of the left hip. We'll take a long breath here. And with our next inhale, slowly start to press up. We're going to curl our left toes under. Again, lift through the back of that left knee. We'll step the right foot back momentarily in plank, and then we'll shift to downward dog. You're welcome to come into child's pose here. So either downward dog or child's pose, we'll spend a couple of breaths, settle into the pose that's most right for you. And when you're ready, if you're down in child's pose, come on up into downward dog. We're going to lift our left toes towards the sky. Again, imagine you're trying to put that left big toe on the ceiling up ahead of you. And then we'll step the foot forward, coming all the way up in between the hands, low lunge. And we're going to release the knee of the right, release the right toes. From here, we're going to walk our hands back. Again, we've got options. We can stay up nice and tall, letting those toes just come off of the earth. Or we can walk all the way back, sitting the sits bones down towards that right heel. Left toes then come all the way up off of the floor. And maybe coming into a forward fold. Finding our breath here. We'll take one more long breath. And with our inhale, we'll begin to shift forward, walking those hands again up on either side of that left foot. We're going to curl our right toes under, lift through the back of the right knee. We're back in our low lunge. You're welcome to keep that knee on the earth if that feels more right for you. We're going to walk this left foot over to the right side of the mat, gently lowering the knee down towards the earth, coming into pigeon. Release those right toes. Again, you're welcome to find a bolster or a block to put underneath that left hip. And maybe you want to stay up nice and tall. Maybe this feels great this morning. This is the extent of your pose. Hang out here. If you want to come a little bit deeper, you're welcome to come down onto elbows or maybe even forehead to the floor. Whatever position you choose, if you feel it, if at any point you've gone too far, just gently back off. And take a couple breaths here. And with our next inhale, we'll slowly come back to center. Begin pressing up. Again, we're going to curl those right toes under, lift through the back of the right knee. We'll step the left foot out behind us and find plank. If plank is not a comfortable position for you, you're welcome to come into tabletop. And from here, we'll find downward dog or child's pose. You're welcome to settle into whichever position feels more right for you. If we're in child pose, take a couple of long, deep breaths. If we're in downward dog, we're going to find our breath as our heels make their way towards the earth and sits bones make their way towards the sky. Long inhale here, long exhale. And if you're in child's pose, you're welcome to come up into tabletop. If you're in downward dog, go ahead and start walking the hands back to meet the feet. And we're in our full forward fold. From tabletop, you're welcome to join us here in our forward fold. And we'll take a couple of breaths, letting that upper body dangle and be heavy. You're welcome to let the fingertips drape towards the earth or interlace the hands at the elbows. Maybe shake the head yes here, shake the head no. Let go of the neck, the head, and the shoulders. We're going to place our hands just below our knees and find a flat back. Peel the belly up and away from the earth, nice and long through the spine. One more breath here. Exhale, fold forward, soften the knees, and we're going to come all the way to standing. Belly button comes in towards the spine. We're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Feel those glutes engage as we come all the way up. Shoulders roll down and back, and we make our way to a standing mountain pose. Fingertips are draped towards the earth. Center of the head is reaching towards the sky. Feel the feet make full contact with the floor. Again, shoulders are soft, fingertips are heavy, belly strong here. Nice and active in our table or in our mountain pose. One more breath. And from here, we're going to step forward so we're in a wide angle stance. Taking up the length of the mat. All 10 toes are facing forward. We're going to place our hands at our hips. So rather than folding at the waist, we're going to fold way down in the hips. Think about where that hip crease is. We're going to shift our sits bones out behind us. Long spine here. Come to your horizon. Gaze is down at the earth. Again, we want buoyant knees. Be mindful that we're not hyperextending here. One more breath at our horizon. And on the exhale, we'll fold all the way down. Full wide angle forward fold. From here, we're going to walk our hands towards our right foot. Maybe grabbing onto the foot or maybe just inching a little bit closer. And release back to center. Walk the hands towards the left foot. Both legs stay straight. Sits bones are still reaching towards the sky. And release back to center. Wide angle forward fold. We'll take one more breath here. Soft and buoyant in those knees. We're going to come back to our horizon. Maybe fingertips are on the earth. Long spine, strong belly. And exhale, fold forward. Heel to toe, let's walk those feet towards one another. Bring feet hip width apart. Soft and buoyant in the knees. And again, we'll roll to standing with that strong belly. Belly button comes in towards the spine. Engage the glutes. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. Last thing to rise is the gaze. Soft shoulders, long spine, strong belly. We'll find our breath here. One more deep breath. Feel that ground, feel the midline. And we'll slowly start to shift the weight onto the right foot. Left foot's going to come to the ankle, the lower leg, or the inner thigh. Hands come to heart center. We're making our way into mountain, or into tree, excuse me. Palms are pressing into one another and we're lifting through the center of the head. Think about bringing this left knee out behind you. Engage those lateral rotators and glutes. And from here, you're welcome to bring your arms up overhead, like branches of the tree, reaching those fingertips towards the sky. Strong belly, long spine. We'll take one more breath here. And on the exhale, slowly release. Come on down. We'll spend a breath in our mountain. Long inhale, long exhale. And then slowly shift the weight to that left foot. Right foot comes to the ankle, lower leg, or inner thigh. Again, hands come to heart center. Reach that right knee out behind. Just be mindful your foot's not pressing into the knee joint. Lifting through the center of the head. And then if it's comfortable for you, arms can rise. Again, we're reaching through those fingers, lifting through heart center. Settle the gaze on something out in front. And with our exhale, slowly unwind. We'll take a moment to find ourselves at the back of the mat. Feet are hip width apart. And find our mountain. Strong belly, long spine. Inhale, arms rise. Palms come to touch and we'll fold forward. Gently press the palms into one another as we come all the way down. Full forward fold. Placing our hands just below our knees, we'll lift for a half forward fold. Flat back, long spine. Exhale, fold forward, nice and soft in the knees. We're going to walk our hands out for downward dog. And with our next inhale, we'll step the right foot forward. We're going to plant the feet for warrior two. Nice wide angle here. We want the right heel to match the instep of the left foot. So take a moment to find that alignment. Right knee comes directly over that right ankle. And as we press up, we're going to gaze out over the right hand. Soft shoulders, long fingers. Right knee's directly above or somewhere behind that ankle. Just be mindful that the knee's not reaching out over the ankle. We're reaching out through the fingers. Left knee is buoyant, not locked. Warrior two. On the exhale, we'll find peaceful warrior. Right arm rises. Left hand can reach around for that right hip, lifting through the right armpit, right ribs, right lung. And inhale, we'll find warrior two. Exhale, windmill to the earth, and we'll step back for downward dog. One breath here. And with our next inhale, left foot comes forward. Ground those feet. Check in with your alignment. And when you're ready, come on up. Left knee directly above or somewhere behind the ankle. Heel of the left foot in line with the instep of the right. Right knee is buoyant. Our gaze is out over our left fingers. Soft shoulders, strong belly. And exhale, peaceful warrior. Left arm rises, right hand can reach around for the left hip. Right hand's welcome to rest down the back of that right leg as well. Lifting through the armpit, the elbow, the side body. One more breath. Inhale back into warrior two. And on the exhale, we'll windmill to the earth. From here, step back into downward dog. Last one this morning, sits bones to the sky, heels towards the earth. And on our exhale, we'll find child's pose. Go ahead and come all the way down. Forehead to the earth. You're welcome to bring your hands around by your feet, letting those shoulders roll in. We'll take a couple breaths here. And when you're ready, go ahead and make your way all the way down onto the earth and roll over onto your back. We're going to let our knees stand, bringing the heels nice and close in towards our sits bones. Hands are by our sides, palms are pressing down into the earth. We're going to move through a little bridge series here. We'll begin by pointing the tailbone to the space between the knees. Flatten that low back down on the earth. Feel the lumbar spine press against your mat as the tailbone points towards the sky. We're engaging the transverse abdominis here. You can think about bringing pubic bone towards bottom ribs. In Pilates, the cue is often zip up the low belly from the pubic bone to the belly button. So using whichever variation or visualization works for you. We want to keep that belly nice and strong here. Imagine you've got a block or a ball between those knees. Keep the inner thighs active and engaged. With our next inhale, we're going to lead with the tailbone. One vertebrae at a time lifts up off of the earth, lifting towards the sky. And we're going to lift until about the back of the heart. So feel the back of the heart making strong contact with the earth. The arms are pressing down. Tailbone is still tucked. Inner thighs are active, glutes are active, hamstrings are strong. The weight here is in the heels. So see if you can pick up the toes, pressing that weight into the heels. From here, we're going to come down about halfway, and we're going to do that one vertebrae at a time. So that tailbone stays tucked towards the sky. We lower down a couple of vertebrae, and then we rise back up, one vertebrae at a time. These are small movements, very particular movements as we lower down one vertebrae at a time and come back up to the back of the heart. We'll do this one more time. Lower down one vertebrae at a time, and then lift up to the back of the heart. We'll spend a long breath here. And as we exhale, we'll come all the way down, one vertebrae at a time. Last thing to come down is going to be that tailbone. Once the tailbone lands on the earth, we'll point the tailbone down into the ground, letting that lumbar spine reach up and away. And exhale, return to center. Knees come into the chest. We'll give those knees a great big hug, maybe a gentle rock from side to side. We're going to come into a twist. We've got a couple of options. You're welcome to simply stay in this position and just roll all the way over onto one side. Or if you want to use a little activation of the core, we'll let our arms come down first at a T, and then slowly lower both knees down to the left. Nice and slow, controlled, using that strong core. Once those knees land on the earth, you're welcome to gaze over the right shoulder. We'll take a long, deep breath here. Right shoulder blades aiming to stay on the earth. One more breath. And again, you're welcome to roll back to midline, or using that strength, bring the knees back to midline. Breathe here. And when you're ready, we'll go the opposite direction. Again, you're welcome to roll over or come down nice and slow, engaging the core as you make your way to the earth. Arms are there for support. And once those knees land, you're welcome to gaze over the left shoulder. Nice deep twist. Long inhales, long exhales. And with our next inhale, slowly come back to center. Either rolling or using that core, bring the knees back to midline. Great big hug here, gentle rock from side to side. And then slowly bring the feet back down to the earth. We're going to extend our legs all the way to the bottom of the mat. Arms come up overhead. We'll take a full body stretch here. Reach through the fingers, reach through the toes. And on the exhale, gently release. Hands come down by our sides, palms open to the space in the room. And we'll let our feet flop open here. Letting our body make its way into corpse pose, settling the mind, the body, and the spirit, coming back into that midline. We let the feet flop open, hands are open. And let the eyes close, feeling the eyeballs become heavy, brow, forehead are heavy. Placing the tongue right behind the front two teeth where the teeth meet the roof of the mouth, allowing the jaw to be open and at rest. Allowing our awareness to come back into our breath, focusing on the midline. Follow the breath from the inhale of where the air meets the nose. Filling the lungs, diaphragm drops down into the low belly. Following the exhale from low belly, releasing the lungs. The air gently seeps out of the body. And as the body finds its way into comfort, you can let the breath find a natural rhythm and simply become observers. Just witness the rise and fall of each inhale. Witness that pathway down midline. Witness the body finding ease, rest, and restoration. And if you notice that your mind wanders away from the breath, just gently invite it back. And with your next inhale, allow your awareness to come down into your toes. Wiggle the toes, point, flex. Maybe roll the ankles, point and flex the feet. And slowly return to stillness. And let your awareness travel up into the hands. Extend the fingers out in all directions. Curl the fingers together. Make a gentle fist. Roll the wrists in one direction and then the other. And slowly return to stillness. From here, we'll slowly slide the right heel up the mat, letting the knee bend and bringing the knee to standing. Left heel slides up the mat, bending that left knee and bringing the knee to standing. Slowly picking up the hips, shifting them in one direction, letting the body roll in the opposite direction. We'll take a moment in side lying, orienting to a new posture, slowly transitioning from Shavasana back into our day. And with our next inhale, gently begin to press up, making your way back into a comfortable seated position. Sitting right up on top of those sits bones, lifting through the center of the head, finding that long, strong belly. And with our next inhale, arms rise to the sky, breathing in the merit and the abundance of our practice. On the exhale, hands come to heart center. I want to thank you all so much for coming out, your dedication to your practice and to one another. Hope that you have a wonderful and inspiring day at the DLE. I've so enjoyed all of these years, all of these yoga practices. Thank you so much. Humble gratitude. Be well.